Alright, what is going on, guys? It's Nick DePlans, and I'm back with my second video in my all-time position tier list videos. Now, last time I did the point guards, so obviously this time I'm going to be doing shooting guards, as you can see on the screen here. So, before we get into it, I just want to say thank you guys for the support lately. Again, we're about to hit 80 subscribers. We're only 20 off of our goal of hitting 100 by my birthday, which is about a month and 9 days away. So we have a lot of time to gain those 20 subs. If you guys are new, please hit that sub button, because once I hit 100 subs, I'm going to be giving away 100,000 MT on NBA 2K21 Next Gen. So yeah, well, I think you could do it regardless. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, let's just jump into the video. And I'm gonna be doing the same thing as I did last time, where I have Basketball Reference pulled up on my phone here, just so that I can get like a wider view of their stats with their accomplishments, so that I don't miss out on anything, you know what I mean? So to start, obviously we got Vince Carter here. 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, All-Rookie Team, Rookie of the Year, with 16.7 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 3.1 assists. You gotta give Vince B or C, right? Like, there's a lot of players on here who I'd argue not only have they done more, they average more than him. So I mean, I feel like you gotta put Vince in B for now. Obviously, that'll probably change, but I mean, that's where I see him at right now. But so now let's go with George Girvin up next. So he's in the Hall of Fame, 12-time All-Star, 4-time scoring champ, 7-time All-NBA, 1990 all-time ABA in 1996 and 97. I don't know what that is. 2-time All-NBA, All-Rookie Team, All-Star MVP, with the career averages of 25.1 points per game, 5.3 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. I think you got to put George in A tier, because I feel like there's gonna be a bunch in A tier, but there's gonna be a very select few in S tier, in my opinion. But yeah. So now let's move on to James Harden. Now again, same thing with him. I feel like he's probably gonna end up being put in A, because his career stats are just unbelievable, and what he's done is unbelievable. Even though he's not in the Hall of Fame yet, he will be. So I think I'm gonna keep James in A, but I'm gonna tell you his stats and stuff just as to why. So he's a 9-time All-Star, 3-time scoring champ, All-Star MVP, MVP of the league, All-Rookie Team, 7-time All-NBA, and he won the six-man. No title. He will be put in the Hall of Fame. His averages are a little bit better than Girvin, but Girvin's also, I think Girvin won a title, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to... Yeah, oh no, he didn't. I don't know. I feel like these two guys are pretty even, but I think when it's all said and done, Harden will be S. Like, if he gets a title, I feel like he's gonna be S. Alright, so next we got Manu. Now, I feel like I already have a little idea as to where I'm going to put Manu as well. 2-time All-Star, 4-time champ, 2-time All-NBA, All-Rookie Team, and 6-man. I feel like that's... I know I'm going to have to bump Vince down, just because... I don't know, man. It's like so hard for me to decide, to get a basis for these tier lists, simply because he has more... These two guys have more statistic, achievements better than him, and more All-Star games and all that shit, but he has 4 titles, so I don't think you could put him at A, but I don't think you could put him at C below Vince. I feel like, you know what? Vince has better, I don't know, man. Vince is really messing with me, because he has 4 titles, but he has better numbers, not by a lot, though. So you know what? We'll just out of the respect for Vince, we'll keep him there. So now we got Joe Dumars, who is in the Hall of Fame, 2-time NBA champ, 3-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Defensive, All-Rookie Team, Finals MVP, and a 6-time All-Star. 16.1 points per game, 2.2 rebounds, 4.5 assists. Again, I feel like it's another guy you got to put in B tier. He's in the Hall of Fame and he has 2 titles, and he's got very similar averages to Vince. You could definitely make an argument, I feel like, to put him up in A, because he's got more titles than this dude and this dude. It's just statistically he's worse. So I'm gonna stick with that for now. So now we got Mitch Richmond. All right, so Hall of Fame, 6-time All-Star. He won the NBA championship in 2002, 5-time All-NBA, All-Rookie Team, Rookie of the Year, and All-Star Game MVP with career averages of 21 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Again, I feel like Mitch Richmond, it's like, this shit's hard, man. Like, he's in the Hall of Fame, and he has a title. And he's got 21 points per game, which is more than any of these guys. I feel like you gotta put Mitch Richmond in A. Or Joe Dumars in A. So now we got Clay, in my opinion. I'm gonna put him in A for right now. Because, in my opinion, I just think there's I would put him in S because Clay's one of my favorite players, but I'm trying to look at this like you know what I mean, like objectively, not subjectively. So he's a 5-time All-Star, 3-time NBA champ, 2-time All-NBA, all-defensive team, and an all-rookie team, and he averages almost 20 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and a little bit over 2 assists. Again, better averages than most of these guys, and he's got 3 titles, and he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, possibly the second greatest shooter we've ever seen, behind his teammate Curry. I think A tier is a valid argument for Clay. So now we got Sam Jones. So Hall of Fame, 5-time All-Star, 10-time NBA champ, 3-time All-NBA with averages of 17.7, 5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists. I don't think you could argue him not being S tier with 10-time NBA champ and averages that are actually really pretty, like really fucking solid. Like 17, almost 18 points per game, 5 rebounds a game, and 2.5 assists. Better averages than like a lot of these guys, but he has, like, these guys might have better, like especially these two, might have better statistical averages. He has 10 titles. I don't really think you can argue with that. So now we got someone that I've never really heard of until this. Well, not that I wouldn't say I never really heard of. It's just something I never really think of when I think of Spurs shooting guards. Like, I don't know. Alvin Robertson. So 4-time All-Star, 3-time Steal Champ, All-NBA team, 6-time All-Defensive, Defensive Player of the Year, and Most Improved Player of the Year. I mean, 14 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I feel like you gotta put him in B, right? I mean, he's a defensive juggernaut, and he's averaging basically 14, 5, and 5. Like, those are really good numbers, so I feel like B is a good spot. It's really hard to make an argument for C or D tier players because all of these players were great and had great careers. And are having great careers. So now we got Jimmy Butler, who, again, another guy that I think I'm going to end up putting in freaking B tier. Maybe C, because he doesn't have the statistical, I don't know. So 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, 4-time All-Defensive, and the 14-15 Most Improved Player of the Year. Career averages of 17.2 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. I mean, career-wise so far, I mean, he made it to the finals, yeah, but he hasn't done anything yet, other than make it to the finals, because I don't know. I feel like you gotta put Jimmy in C. He doesn't have the accomplishments of any of these guys. Like, he just doesn't. So Tracy McGrady, and don't make it out like, oh, he's just hating on Jimmy. I like Jimmy. He's one of my favorite players to watch. I feel like, I don't know. I just don't think he's done enough. So now on to Tmac. We got Hall of Fame, 7-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champ, 7-time All-NBA, and the most improved player in 2000-2001. Career averages of 19.6, 5.6 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. Again, he's in the Hall of Fame, but other than that, hasn't won a title or any crazy awards, so I'm going to have to say B tier. Like, he just hasn't done what these guys have done, I don't think. Like, it's... You can make the argument to probably put Clay down a little bit, but it's so hard to gauge some of these guys because they just played at different times, and I don't know, man. It's wild. All right, I believe that's Paul Westphal next, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. All right, so Hall of Fame, 5-time All-Star, NBA champ, and 4-time All-NBA. 15.6 rebounds, 15.6 points, 1.9 rebounds, 4.4 assists. Again, like B, I guess. Like, he's done more than him. He has one title, which is a bunch here, but other than the title, he doesn't have much to really put him over the top here. I think when I'm done with putting everyone into their spot, I'm going to sit here and just kind of go over basically why you can make the argument for everyone being where they are. But yeah. All right, so David Thompson. Hall of Fame, 5-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, All-ABA team, All ABA in 1975-76, Rookie of the Year in 75-76, two-time All-Star MVP, and an All-Rookie team. 22 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, 3.3 assists. I don't think you could make an argument for him to be lower than A tier, like given that he doesn't have a title, but he's in the Hall of Fame and has better averages than most of these guys here. So I don't think you could make the argument for them being lower. Like, you could be like, Manu has 4 titles. Yeah, but like, he only averaged 13 points a game where David Thompson averaged 22. And Manu was basically paired up with, in my opinion, the greatest power forward of all time in Tim Duncan. And one of the greatest point guards of all time, Tony Parker. And in my opinion, the greatest coach of all time, Greg Popovich. So it's like, I don't think you could validate putting David Thompson behind or on the same tier as Manu. So I think David Thompson's going to have to go A for me. So now we got Gail Goodrich. All right, so Hall of Fame, 5-time All-Star, NBA champ, and All-NBA team in 73. So 18.6 points, 3.2 rebounds, 4.7 assists. I mean, again, like, B, I guess? Like, he's a champ and he's in the Hall of Fame and he's got 18 points, whatever points per game, which is more than him. Pretty sure it's more than Vince, who was, I think it was at like 16. I mean, I guess B? Brandon Roy, I have a feeling Brandon Roy I'm going to have to put in down with Jimmy, because his career was just cut too damn short. So 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, Rookie of the Year, and All-Rookie team. 18.8 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 4.7 assists. Again, C tier with Jimmy, I guess. I think that's the best place to put him, simply because he hasn't done much, not just like Jimmy. And you, like, again, I feel like I'm getting a lot of hate for that Jimmy placement, but I mean, statistically and accolade-wise, they're C tier. So now we got Sidney Moncrief. So Hall of Fame, 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, 5-time All-Defensive, and 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. 15.6 points, 4.7 rebounds, 3.6 assists. Again, I feel like it's another guy you gotta put B tier, because he's done more than these two, but he hasn't. I feel like he's just not as good as these guys. David Thompson, I feel like you could definitely make the argument to be like here or here, but I don't know. I feel like David Thompson just doesn't get enough love. Now we got Eddie Jones. So Eddie Jones on the Lakers, which I thought was pretty odd. 14.8 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. 3-time All-Star, 1-time Steal champ, All-NBA team, 3-time defensive, and All-Rookie team. I mean, again, I feel like it's so, like, B tier I feel like is almost like the average, but like, I don't know, man. This is kind of hard. I'm gonna put him in B, I guess. I don't know. This is hard. Next, we got Jeff Hornisek, who's got nothing but a 1-time All-Star. He's done less than what these guys have done, so Hornisek, I'm sorry, but you're going to go D. You're a good coach. We'll give you that. You're a good coach. 14.5 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Yeah, like, sure, he's got solid average, but the only thing he's ever done was be a 1-time All-Star, so I got to say Hornisek's got to go in D. I think that's just what makes the most sense. Next up, Joe Johnson. C tier. Again, he's done about as much as Jimmy and Brandon Roy. 7-time All-Star, All-NBA team, and an All-Rookie team. He's averaged 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Again, he's done as much as these two guys, basically. You can't argue him being any higher. You just can't. So now we got Hal Greer. Hall of Fame, 10-time All-Star, NBA champ, 7-time All-NBA, and an All-Star MVP with 19.2 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Man. Do I dare put him A? Do I dare put him A tier? Because statistically better than a lot of these guys, and he's won a title, and he's a 10-time All-Star. So I feel like you have to put Hal Greer. I feel like you have to put Hal Greer A tier. So now we got Michael Redd, which I was very surprised to see, to be honest with you. 1-time All-Star, All-NBA team, 19 points per game. He's done about as much as freaking He's done about as much as what friggin' Jeff Hornisek. Yeah, he's averaging almost 20 points per game, but he's literally barely done more than Hornisek. He's not done as much as these guys who haven't done much either. So Michael Redd, D tier. Pete Maravich, I have a feeling I'm going to end up putting Pete in A tier. Hall of Fame, 5-time All-Star scoring champ, 4-time All-NBA. Yeah, dude, you can't argue Pete Maravich not being A tier. He might not have won a title, but statistically, like, the dude's just a demon. 24 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. But he doesn't have a title. Harden's probably averaging similar numbers. So 24, 4, and 5.5. Now let me look at Harden. 25, 5, and 6.5. Yeah, I think Pete is gonna have to go A tier. You know what? I might have to move Harden up, honest to God. He doesn't have a title, but like, you can't argue what he's done statistically. I just don't think you can. I think I'm gonna keep Harden at A. Let me look at Girvin one more time real quick. I just want to make like a... Girvin, I feel like I'm gonna move up as well. I wish I had like another tier for like S+, because there's a couple guys here who'd be going in S+. The two I'm covering right now. Alright, I feel like this is definitely a better list now. I feel like I couldn't just have Sam Jones up there. So Girvin and Harden, I feel like, are S tier. So now this guy, his name's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've never heard of this dude in my entire life. Bill Sharman? I've never heard of this dude. I had to sit here and look up, like, before I started recording this video, who the hell he was. Because I legit have never heard of him before. Bill Sharman, Hall of Fame, 8-time All-Star, 4-time NBA champ, 7-time All-NBA, All-Star MVP, with averages of 18 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds, with a 4-time champ. I mean, A, I guess. He's a 4-time NBA champ with better statistics than Manu, before you argue why isn't Manu A. He's an 8-time All-Star, which Manu isn't. He's a 7-time All-NBA, which Manu isn't. So I feel like that's a valid argument. A dude that I've never heard of, I feel like is a valid argument for being A tier. Next up, no introduction needed. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the greatest of all time. LeBron fucking blows. I don't want to hear it. So just to go over, you know, his averages here. Hall of Fame, 14-time All-Star, 10-time scoring champ, 3-time steal champ, 6-time NBA champ, 11-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defensive, All-Rookie Team, 6-time Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, 5-time MVP, and 3-time All-Star MVP, with averages of 30.1 points per game, 6.2 rebounds, and 5.3 assists throughout his career. I don't think you can make an argument for him not being S tier. And you know what? The guy going right after him, same situation. S tier, no debate. Kobe Bean Bryant, rest in peace. But like, Hall of Fame, 18-time All-Star, 15-time All-NBA, 5-time NBA champ, 2-time scoring, 12-time All-Defensive, All-Rookie Team, 4-time All-Star MVP, MVP in 07-08, and 2-time Finals MVP with 25 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 4.7 assists. You cannot make an argument for him being any lower. Dwayne Wade. Again, he's another guy I think you're going to have to put in S tier. 13-time All-Star, scoring champ, 3-time NBA champ, All-Rookie Team, All-Defensive 3-time, 8-time All-NBA, All-Star MVP, and Finals MVP, with career averages of 22 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 5.4 assists. Again, another guy I don't think you could argue not being an S tier. Next up, we got Allen Iverson, who I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate for where I'm probably going to put him. I think I'm only going to be able to put him in S or A tier, just because, like, I don't know. So Hall of Fame, 11-time All-Star, 4-time scoring champ, 3-time steal champ, 7-time All-NBA, All-Rookie, 2-time All-Star MVP, MVP of the league, Rookie of the Year, with career averages of 26.7 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, and 6.2 assists. You know what? He's gonna be like in the lower half of S tier, I think. He's just such an iconic player that I don't think you could make a valid argument for him not being one of the greatest shooting guards of all time. Like, whenever you think of shooting guards, you probably think of MJ, Kobe, Wade, and AI. Those are probably the four guys that come to mind immediately. At least in my mind, it is. So now we got Clyde Drexler, who I feel like I'm also going to end up putting in S tier, maybe. Actually, I'm going to put him in A. Clyde Drexler's A tier. So Hall of Fame, 10-time All-Star, NBA champ, 5-time All-NBA. Nowhere near to what these two guys have. Harden's already better than him. Sam Jones has more titles. He's just statistically better than him as well. Wade has more accomplishments. AI has more accomplishments. 20.4 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, and 5.6 assists. I don't think you could make an argument for him being any higher or any lower. Next, we got Ray Allen, who I have a feeling is going to end up going like B, C tier maybe. Actually, no, he'll probably be in B. So, Hall of Fame, 10-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, or 2-time NBA champ, 2-time All-NBA, and All-Rookie team. 18.9 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, and 3.4 assists. Oops, sorry. And him, mind you, is also, like the third leading three-point shooter of all time, I think, right? Because it's now Curry at 2 and Reggie Miller at 1. I'm going to give Ray Allen... I'm going to give him A tier. Because, listen, don't get me wrong, him in his later years in Miami and like the later years in the Celtics, you might not think he should be A tier. But his early years with the Bucks and the Sonics, I don't think you could argue with that. Like, again, 10-time All-Star, 2-time NBA champ. Like, again, Manu has 4 championships. I don't know. Actually, I feel like you might have to put Ray B. Ray is either high B, low A. I'm gonna put him in B for now. But last but not least on the list, who I have a feeling I ended up putting in A, maybe higher, Reggie Miller. Hall of Fame, 5-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, 18.2 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Actually, I'm gonna have to say B. Ray Allen has more titles. You might Manu's a guy I might have to move up. It's just like statistically he doesn't match up to these guys. I don't know. So here's my tier list for now. Is it debatable in a lot of spots? Yes. I just think, like, all right, so, again, Sam Jones, 10-time champion. None of these guys come close to that. Harden has literally averaged a triple-double for a season. Is one of the, in my opinion, the second greatest scorer this league has ever seen behind Kevin Durant. And he's averaging, like, freaking almost 30 points per game throughout his career. Like, here, I'm going to pull it on. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Yeah, 25 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, and 6.5 assists. I don't think you could argue him being any lower, especially with the accolades he has so far and will be getting throughout his career. I think the big issue with my tier list is really going to be A and B tier. Like, I feel like there's a lot of blurred lines in between. You can't, like, I don't know. This guy I've never heard of. This guy I legit have never heard of. Has better stats and accomplishments than like half of these guys. So I don't know. Ray is still really a confusing one for me. Yeah, he's won 2 titles, but he won them when he was old, not when he was young, and he wasn't the one that carried them there. But he's a 10-time All-Star, which is more than half of these guys. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a good spot to end the tier list off. If you guys want to debate anything, please do down in the comments below. Again, this is completely my opinion based off of stats and achievements throughout their career or throughout their career so far in the cases of the current players. But yeah, again, like I said, please make sure you guys hit that sub button. We're really getting really close to our goal of 100 subs, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.